What's going on, everybody? UCF Jaguar back here with GenJag.com, and I'm coming at you guys with some breaking Jaguars news. Due to a string of events that happened at the training camp practice today, both Dante Fowler Jr. and cornerback Jalen Ramsey have been suspended for one whole week. Now, this is kind of crazy news. Now, how all this transpired was there were a couple of fights at practice today. Dante Fowler got into a fight with James O'Shaughnessy, and then later on got into a scuffle with Yannick Ngakoue, and then later on, leaving the field, they actually got into another fight and they had to be separated by like a bunch of different teammates. Now, this is interesting with Dante Fowler Jr. Now, this is only his second game back from being on the PUP list, which physically unable to perform list. So he hasn't been able to be with the team this whole entire training camp, but now his second practice back. He, I guess, was exerting. He had some energy held within him and needed to get off some of his grievances, so he's taking it out and fighting other teammates. Now, when you hear about the news that there were a couple fights at practice, you get kind of excited. I don't know why fans just get excited about fights, and this was actually the first skirmish that has been at a Jaguar practice. And then Dante Fowler gotten basically 3 of them, and then with 2 different teammates, but yeah, I mean, Dante Fowler Jr., he's not a stranger to being obviously kind of in trouble with the league for like different activities that he does, and you know Dante Fowler, he's a little bit of an oddball, but he went in there and obviously got a whole week suspension. And then later on, what happened with Jalen Ramsey was a completely different situation. Jalen Ramsey, when he was there was a Jacksonville.com reporter who basically recorded the last fight with Dante Fowler Jr. Basically getting into the skirmish while they were leaving the field. And then the video basically ended with Jalen Ramsey looking at the guy's camera and saying, and apparently after that situation, Jalen Ramsey was still kind of jawing at the media, like on his way out into the locker rooms. And then later on, he actually, once the Philip Hellman guy, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Philip, Heilman, he basically tweeted out the video, and then Jalen Ramsey actually responded to that video in a tweet, and he said, "You know, you done messed up, right? Y'all, LOL, if y'all want war, we got some for y'all. And I know the rest of y'all, you know who you are. Gonna read this too, so just know, hashtag lame ass reporters." And then later on, Jalen Ramsey tweeted out, "I'm always gonna take up for my teammates because I know what type of men and players they are for real. Love my dogs. If you don't like it, oh well, God bless." So Jalen Ramsey didn't like the fact that this dude, this reporter was out there recording an incident. He kind of wants that to stay in between closed quarters. But I mean, Jalen Ramsey, have you ever heard of Hard Knocks? I mean, these guys are media people. They have access, so they're gonna go record it. It's gonna happen no matter where you go. So he goes jawing off. I mean, he takes it super personally, and then obviously he's doing it to defend his guy Dante Fowler Jr. But you should only take it too far. Now, one thing it's weird with this whole week suspension, just because, I mean, with Jalen Ramsey, I don't mind, but I don't want it with Dante Fowler Jr. And you got to think, you're actually going to Minnesota later on this week to hold a couple of joint practices with the Minnesota Vikings. So they're not going to be able to go there for that. They're not going to obviously be able to play in that preseason game. Now, I don't know what kind of suspension, like what this all involves. Like, are they not allowed to even report to the practice facilities or the meetings or anything? Like, what exactly this entails is because, I mean, they're out there having one of the toughest training camps that we hear in the NFL, I'll just say that. And they're going to go out there and say, okay, you guys are suspended for a week. Like, is that really all that much of like a punishment to them? I feel like there's better ways to do it. But I mean, as we all know, the Jaguars coaching staff is not shy to suspending players. I mean, remember last year they basically suspended Fournette for a whole game for like being late to like team photos. So so Dante Fowler Jr., he basically got in trouble for like basically starting up 3 different fights in his second practice back, and then Jalen Ramsey for treating the media that they didn't feel like he treated the media right. So yeah, these guys were suspended so for a whole week. I'll let you guys know, I guess, later on what all goes down. But hey, thank you guys for watching my video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm out.